All right. Welcome. Today's session is on mindfulness, or more specifically, practical mindfulness practices that you can do. Mindfulness really just means maintaining a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, or our feelings, maybe some body sensations, or our surrounding environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. So it means becoming completely present in this moment, right now, as a non-judgmental observer. So I want you to think for a moment about your thoughts. Now, you can probably look around your room and you can have many thoughts about what's going on in your life. You can think, oh, that person's acting inappropriately, that person's doing this. Mindfulness is where you observe the thought and you just sit with it. You just go, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting that I'm having that thought. When we make a thought mean something, that's when it gains power. So if we think, oh, that person sucks, and we can go on a bit of a rampage of how we're going to feel about it. But when we become just present in the moment, just observe, I'm actually having a thought. That's all it really is. I'm just looking around, I'm just having a thought. Now, it's a chance for us to take the power away from whatever's happening around us and whatever's going on in our mind. And it enables us to calm ourselves down. We can just sit there and just think, I'm just a person right now having a thought. That is all that is really happening right now. Whether it's good or bad, we take that completely away from it. We take away all the judgment, we take away resentment, anger, whatever, even happiness to some degree. You just take it all away. Just go, I'm having a thought. And you just sit there with it. It's a very interesting experience. Now, we've got thoughts, but we've also got feelings. Now, that's our awareness of what vibration we're in, what we're feeling. Am I feeling angry? Am I feeling resentful? Am I feeling happy? Am I feeling joyful? When we sit and observe our feelings, it's basically, we're just allowing the feeling to come up and be present. In most situations, when an emotion comes up, we run from it. We feel fear, we feel anxiety, stress. Our natural response is to, I'm getting out of here. I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm going to watch Netflix, whatever it is. Can you be completely present with fear? Can you think about the thing that you're really afraid of, the thing that's really stressing you out, and just sit there and just allow that emotion to come? Can you sit there with grief? Can you sit there with heartache and not make it mean anything? Just, I'm sitting here just having an emotion come through my body. It's when we're not friends with fear, when we're not friends with stress, and it's unfamiliar and we feel like it's here to kill us, that we're going to develop those negative relationships. Fear is just coming here to tell you, hey, guess what? You might die if you do this. Something bad might happen. That's what it's here to do. And in most situations, if you really think about it, the worst thing that can happen is an emotion. You think about quitting your job and walking in, the feeling of fear. What if they don't like me? That's a feeling. In most situations, we're just afraid of a feeling. And if we can practice sitting with a feeling, becoming comfortable with it, to the point where we have a healthy relationship, like, oh, that's just fear coming up. All right, that's interesting. All right, I know how to deal with you. All right, I'm comfortable feeling you. It's a great place to be in. Then if we move on to body sensations, with mindfulness, if you really pay attention to your body right now, you'll start noticing how your fingertips feel, how your elbow feels, how the rest of your body feels. And again, you don't make it mean anything. Right now, my heart rate is up from having that experience before with the technology failing. And I'm just noticing it. Doesn't mean I'm going to die. Doesn't mean anything's wrong. I'm just noticing it. I'm just paying attention to it. And sometimes we've got pain in our body. I've got a sore shoulder at the moment. Whenever I'm playing tennis, it's really hard for me not to think about, oh my God, this is hurting and it's sore. But I'm just being mindful of it right now. I'm not putting any extra tension into it. I don't want to do that. I just want to notice my body and be mindful and be present with my body. How are my feet feeling? When was the last time you asked yourself how your feet were feeling? By doing these things, we're taking away all of the negative thoughts that we're having and making everything mean something, and we're just bringing it back to its simplest terms. And then the last area that we spoke about before is your surrounding environment. You can just sit in the park and just notice the grass. Just notice the trees. Not think, oh, that's a pretty tree or that's a crappy tree or someone hasn't been doing the mowing. Just notice the grass. You notice the people walking by. You can notice some rubbish. And some people will go, oh, it's horrible that people leave rubbish there. Just notice the rubbish. Don't let it have any control over it. How you're going to feel, just notice it. And what you can see through doing these practices is you become a lot calmer. When you become calmer, you become your best self. Your spirit is more able to speak with and through you. When your mind is in a hectic place where everything sucks and you can't be guided. It's really hard to be guided by love. It's really hard to connect to a lot of positive emotions in that situation. But practicing mindfulness in the ways that we just spoke about, you can become a lot calmer, a lot happier, and suddenly you can see a piece of rubbish without thinking that the world sucks and everyone's against you and that everyone should go to jail. That could be a bit extreme. That could be like, I don't know. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I see someone littering, I'm like, oh my God, you're the problem with society. But when you practice mindfulness, you go, oh, that person's just having a human experience. They were brought up differently to me. Okay, I'm just gonna let it go. I can't control them, can't change them. Now, at this point, normally I just go into some journaling exercises, but I'm going to leave it open to you guys here. And in the chat, I would love for you to write whether you want to do some practical mindfulness techniques where we actually do exercises that aren't writing, or whether you would rather do journaling. So in the chat, just write down practices or journaling. Whichever one gets the most people saying it, that's what I'm going to go with. Interesting to see what people say. Beck, that's hard to do. Sometimes it is very hard to do. Recently been feeling some emotions around stress and overwhelm as I'm going and building my business, and I'm running Facebook ads at the moment. That has been stressing me out because that's something I've never done before. And sitting with that feeling has been very difficult. What have we got? We've got journaling, practices, 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 both practices. I think we're going to go with journaling. No, we're going to go with practices, guys. Thank you for voting there. I do appreciate it. All right. What was the question? Oh, from A. It was whether we wanted to do journaling exercises or we wanted to do some mindful practices that aren't journaling, basically. All right. We're going to start off, and I want you to just, oh, we got another one from journaling. I think practices did win out in the end, though. I think it was overwhelming numbers there. So we're going to go with practices. We haven't done this before, so this is going to be good. Number one is watching your thoughts. So what everyone's going to do right now, and I want you to keep your camera on for this, just be present. Don't even think about it, but I want you to just close your eyes, and I'm going to give you 1 minute to just observe all the thoughts that are going through your head. And I want you to practice letting them come in and letting them go. Just noticing them. What are my thoughts right now? I'm going to give you 1 minute. No judgment, no resentment. Just let them come, let them go. And if you need to at any point, just take a deep breath. Reset and go again. And now, even though you've got your eyes closed, I want you to keep them closed. And I want you to think about a feeling you've been having recently. I want you to just see what comes up for you. What feeling comes up for you that's been prominent in your life of late? Allow it to come up. And I want you to name it. Like, hey, oh, your fear, your overwhelm, your stress. I want you to not fight it, not try and push it away. I want you to just let it come. And in as relaxed state as you can, just let the emotion come. No fighting it, no resisting it, just let it come. Just notice what it feels like in your body. At any point, just take a deep breath, reset, and allow it to come back. Remember, this emotion cannot hurt you. Now, while you're in this state, I want you to say thank you to this emotion. Say thank you. You're an experience of life. It's cool to be alive. I'm glad I get to feel you. I'm sure you're trying to tell me something. I'm not going to fight you anymore. I'm just going to allow you to come because I know you cannot hurt me. You're most likely here to protect me, and I thank you for that. Also, it doesn't mean that I'm going to let my life be ruled by you. You can come along for the journey. And now, with your eyes closed still, I want you to grab your index finger and your thumb. I want you to touch them together on both hands at the same time. So your thumb and your index finger. I want you to slowly rotate between all your fingers touching your thumb. So from your index finger to your middle finger, to your ring finger, to your pinky finger. I want you to keep rotating and just noticing the sensation of touch each time, seeing what you notice. The pressure, the feeling of your fingers, the movement itself. Put your attention completely on your fingers. Just noticing how it feels. Now you can stop doing that when you feel ready. I want you to slowly come back and open your eyes. And I want you to just look around the room that you're in right now. And just notice everything that you can see, and just spend a little bit of time. You can maybe start from left and work your way all the way to the right in your room, just noticing everything that you can see. Maybe you can see plants, books, just everything that you can see, without judgment, resentment, even happiness, without any emotion. Just notice everything you can see without any attachment to it. I want you to pick one thing that has a fair bit of detail to it. So maybe it's a plant and you can have a look at the leaves. Maybe it's your own hand. Maybe you can even look at your own hand if you want, if there's nothing very interesting around. I want you to just notice everything about that thing that you're going to choose to look at. The colors, the shape. Maybe it's got writing on it. Just notice everything you can and just spend 30 seconds being completely present with that object or thing. Amazing work, guys. Amazing. Now you can just bring your attention back to the moment and just see how you feel. See if your mind feels quieter, if it feels calmer. Maybe it feels more agitated because that was quite difficult. Or maybe you found it boring, whatever it is. Just notice how your mind now feels. Now, I'm aware that these sessions only go from 8 to 8:30, but because I am late, I'm still going to do the guided meditation. If anyone needs to drop off, that is completely fine. I really do apologize for that situation. I think I know what happened, so I'm going to make sure I fix it for next time. But yeah, I'm going to just play some meditation music. And if you want to stay on, I'll make this one a bit shorter, maybe about 10-minute meditation. So if you would like to stay on, then amazing. If you need to get going, that is completely fine. I thank you for being here and for bearing with me tonight. Done 16 of these, and this is the first time I've had a glitch. So I'm actually grateful for that. And I've only had one time that there's been a glitch. Yeah, there's a bit of a positive reframe for you. I do practice what I preach sometimes. All right, hang on, I've got to get this meditation music. So I had to restart my computer. I had everything ready to go, and then we had problems. Right. Oh, beautiful. That's already ready to go. Perfect. All right, so just take a moment to get comfortable. Move your shoulders around. Get up and move around for a bit if you need to. If you're just going to be uncomfortable, if you're already feeling a bit, I don't know, restless from sitting, this is not going to help. So maybe just move yourself around a little bit. Get nice and comfortable. I'm going to now share some audio. And I want you to just relax into the space that you're in right now. And just let yourself relax. Can you guys hear that audio going through okay? Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Take this moment to just relax. Take maybe one last look at the room because you're about to leave that for now. And when you feel ready, I want you to close your eyes. Fully arrive into the space. Let yourself arrive completely in the space. Keep enjoying being in this space. What we're going to do to start off with is we're going to do some breathing. We're going to do a deep inhale into our stomach and our chest, and then we're going to do a deep exhale through our mouth. And every time we exhale, we're going to count down from 10. I'm going to do the first few with you, and then you're going to continue on by yourself. So we're going to take the first inhale through our nose in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in through your nose, into your stomach, into your chest. Hold for a moment and release it out through your mouth. 10. Breathe in again through your nose, into your stomach, into your chest. Hold for a moment and release out through your mouth. 9. Breathe in again through your nose, into your stomach, into your chest. Hold for a moment and release out through your mouth. 8. Breathe in through your nose, into your stomach, into your chest. Hold for a moment and then release out through your mouth. 7. And I want you to continue down to 0. When you get down to 0, let your breathing return to normal. I want you to now imagine that you're floating, completely weightless. Just feel your whole body, just feel as though it's just become really light. Maybe there's been change in the gravitational pull. You can just feel your body just starting to float. I want you to imagine that you're floating upwards and you're levitating above where you are right now. And you're just feeling really light. And imagine you're slowly just going up. And as you get to the roof, you just move through the roof. You move through the roof of where you are right now. And suddenly you're looking down on your house, where you live. And you're slowly just moving up. You can see the roof of your house. And you can see the roofs of other people's houses. You can slowly see your whole street. You can see the whole town now from the place that you're levitating up to. And you just keep moving up. You can see more and more towns around you as you just keep going upwards. And now you can see the state in which you live. And slowly you just keep moving upwards, and now you can see the whole country from above. And you just keep moving upwards. And then you feel yourself just break through the atmosphere in a bit of a whoosh. And there's a bit of heat around you as you do so. You just feel warm. But you feel safe. And as you break through the atmosphere, and the warmth passes and the light passes, suddenly you're just sitting up above the world, just slowly watching it turn beneath you. I want you just to imagine you're floating in outer space, just slowly watching the earth turn. See the countries, see the colors, the greens, the blues, the oranges. Feel yourself just feeling a lovely sense of wonder, of amazement notice the beauty. And as you're floating around, just watching the earth, you stick your hand out in front of you and just look at your hand. So you're in outer space, just looking at your hand. I want you to imagine your hand as clearly as you possibly can. You can rotate it in front of you. You can do your right hand, then you can do your left hand. Just see it as clearly as you possibly can. Now imagine just looking down at your legs. And for some strange reason, you're in a pair of boxing shorts. So you can see your legs completely. You can see the hairs, you can see your kneecaps, your shins, your calves, your feet, your toes. Why don't you slowly just have a look at your left leg. And now move your attention to your right leg. Painting the image from memory. And then you look back at the world just floating below you. You just feel so calm. You just cross your legs in outer space and just sit there, and you're just watching the world spin around again. Feel a deep sense of relaxation, of peace. From this distance, all your problems, they just look so small, so insignificant. And you think about going back to your life and going back down to earth. And for some reason, you just know that every emotion is going to be less powerful from now. Every negative emotion is slowly going to sink out of your life. And it's going to be replaced with gratitude, peace, and calmness. You know that as soon as you get back to your body, you're just going to be smiling more. And there's an urge within to get back to your body, back to your life, because you want to experience your life from this new place. You know that at any moment, your life can completely change, and you have the power to do so. And for you, you just feel a strong conviction within that this is that moment. You're not going back to the same body, to the same life. You're going back to a new life, a new way of being. And you feel excited for it. And as that excitement grows, your body starts being drawn back into the earth. And you feel yourself come in contact with the atmosphere, and you feel the warmth, and it feels so good. It feels like it's burning off the parts of you that you're done with. It burns away fear, burns away stress. You just feel so free as you're floating back down. You can see your country again. You can see your state. You're starting to see the towns around where you live, and you're just so eager to get back. You see your house, you see the roof of your place that you're living right now. And slowly you float down through the roof, back into the room where you're sitting right now, and you become one with your body. And you just start noticing the new feelings that are within, of calmness, of strength, of relaxation. And I want you to just take a really deep breath in through your nose, all the way in, hold it, and as you let it go, I want you to smile. Just let yourself smile a little bit. You're happy to be back, you're excited. Just let that smile grow. It might feel ridiculous, but for some reason you just feel like you want to smile. And it just keeps growing. Just let that smile just keep growing. For some reason there's a bit of a chuckle to you. This whole thing's just felt so silly and weird, and it's kind of funny. You just floated above the earth, and now you're back down in your body. Just smile. Just let yourself smile about the weirdness, the silliness of it, whatever it is for you. And again, take another deep breath in through your nose. Just release it out through your mouth. Let your shoulders relax. Let yourself wiggle your toes and fingers as you slowly just come back into the room, back into your body. And when you feel ready, you can open up your eyes. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Oh, amazing work, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that session. It was a little bit different from what we've done before. Usually we do journaling prompts. So if you do decide to come back next week, that's probably what we will do. But yeah, I just want to take a moment to say thank you for showing up. Not many people do this. They come to a meeting like this with the idea of developing their mindfulness practices, developing their ability to stay in control of them. And I want you to just know that everyone in your life will be grateful to you for doing this. When we do these practices, it might seem like a little thing, but if you come here every week and you do so for a month or so, it slowly just changes how you behave, how you see the world. As you go to bed tonight, I want you to think about one thing from today's session that you want to take forward. Just one thing. All it has to be is one thing. If you change one thing in your life about how you see it, everything changes. We always think we have to do 1,000 things. If you improve one area of your life incrementally, it improves everything. It has a ripple effect. And it's hard because you don't want to do the work a lot of the time. But once you start seeing the impact that it has over a period of time, it becomes something that's where you get your dopamine hit from. All right, guys. Well, the way that this works is I end these sessions and then we sit around and we can have a bit of a chat with anyone who wants to stay on. But if anyone needs to jump off, please feel free to do so. That is completely fine. I will also say that at the moment, I am offering free one-to-one sessions. I've got a program coming up in the next couple of weeks. I haven't really been selling it on here. I think this is the second week that I've mentioned it. So if you're thinking about you'd like to get in contact and just know a little bit more about what it is that I do, I work with people one-to-one. I also work with them in a group program. And yeah, at the moment, I'm just offering a couple of free calls to anyone who's interested in just chatting a little bit more about what working together with a mindset coach would look like over a period of time. And yeah, it's just a chance to connect and see if maybe we're the right fit, or if I can help you by pointing you in the direction of someone who is a better fit for you. Because I'll be honest, I am not everyone's cup of tea, and not everyone is suited to me. That is just the fact of the world. There's going to be people that you're going to resonate with and that I'm going to resonate with. I've actually had phone calls with multiple coaches where I've wanted to sign up and work with them, and I've talked to them. They're like, you know what, this just isn't going to work for me. And then I've moved on and found someone who's more suited. And when you know what to look for, that's even more beneficial. So if I can't help you, I'll tell you exactly what to look for in someone else that might be helpful. All right, I'm just going to stop the recording, and then I'm going to open it up to questions.